I lost one of my classmates unexpectedly when I was still in secondary school. Let me tell you how the story went. So it happened that after our junior YA, everybody went home, and the holiday used to be a very long one, especially if you have just written your junior YA, you have a lot of time to yourself. And that time people use that opportunity to learn a lot handwork, because you can stay home for like 3 months before we resume back in September. And as we are resuming, to SS1. So I did not resume very early. You get, I resumed about 2 weeks after resumption, and I had a lot of notes to write. So this my um classmate was the one I was borrowing the notes from, because our note was always complete. So she was the one I was borrowing from. And most times I would even take her notes home to go and copy, in order to just meet up to catch up with the class and everything. And she's not directly my classmate. Like, she was not my classmate from junior school, but they just jam pack us in a particular class, because they were still trying to do a lot of adjustment, and coupled with the fact that we had a lot of copper that year in my school. So they had a lot of adjustment, so they just asked GSS 3, E and F, because I was in F and she used to be in E. So they just added all of us together in one class, that we should still be receiving class till everything is sorted out. So we were there. I was never very close to her, but I used to borrow her note and thank her, thank you very much, and stuff like that. So we shall also and also we finished that thing. Yes, we finished that thing. So after that, I went to we everybody went home for holiday. Me, I did not stay in um I didn't stay around, like I did not stay in Owo, because it is St. Louis Girls Grammar School. Or so for those of you that attended St. Louis, come closer. I'm sure you know that I'm not lying. So I went to Ogun State for my Christmas holiday. And when I came back, I did not also resume early when I came back. So when I came back, I was just hearing Titi Matuku. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean Titi is gone? What happened? Then they started telling me that she died on the 1st of January. And I'm like, wait, you people explain. Like, I don't get it. What happened? Like, just like that, Titi Tiku Azal, like how? So they were like, on the first of apparently on the 1st of January, as children that we are, or we were then, everybody wants to go out, to just with your in your new clothes and your new shoes, your new hair, you just want to go and visit maybe relatives, friend, and everything. So according to the story, according to what I heard, she went out with her elder sister. I know that her elder sister and her junior ones. Yes. And while they were going, I think she now branch, she branched a particular house, and that house is not even far from her place. I think after about two houses, that's then she entered the house. So she told them that she was going to meet them, because they were going to visit their grandmother. So she told them that they should just go along, that she is coming. So it is being said that she has a boyfriend in that house. You understand? That she just wants to, see the boyfriend before she joins them. And that was the end. They didn't see Titi. The sister and the older ones, the younger ones, they waited and waited till they even came back. They didn't see her. They went to the house. They were like, "We are looking for Titi." They said, "No, that Titi is not around. Like, Titi is not here. Titi has never come here. You understand? She didn't come here today, or maybe she left." The story went on for long, and people started bringing different versions. But the version that I heard when I came back is the one I'm, you know, telling you now. So they started looking for Titi on the 1st of January 2013. They started looking for Titi, and they couldn't find Titi. And the parents became worried, because it is now getting dark. They already look for her everywhere they could think of, and Titi is still nowhere to be found. You understand? The next day they could not even sleep, according to because they interviewed the mom and the dad. So, like, they were just like, they could not sleep. Like, where could this girl be on the 1st of January? You get? So it was just so abnormal. After, I think, the next day, the woman said she was sitting there in this living room, like she was just thinking about her, that where could this girl be. And the junior that's the last born of the house, now came to meet their mom. That, mommy, come and see Auntie Titi. She said she did not even wait to listen, like she just went straight. And that was how they found Titi's dead body. They found her, like they knelt her down with rope on her neck. And but she was knelt, she knelt down. And I think her clothes were torn, if I'm not mistaken, and dried tears, stuff like that. And that was how Titi Titi just left this world. This story became a major one. The whole of Ondo State was in the welfare, like all these is it women and children welfare. They were so interested in this case. They interviewed a lot of people. Like even as at then, there's this man they called Bingafilan. I don't know if he still talk about mystery stories then every Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Like they carried it, they interviewed a lot of people. Then later it was now discovered that Titi was actually pied in that same house that Titi entered. When Titi entered that house, she was, I think the boyfriend, the Titi's then boyfriend, you get, had brothers. So they wanted to forcefully grape her, of which she refused. And before you know it, they forcefully, held her down. And, they knew she was going to shout. So they covered her nose and her mouth. She could not breathe. And before you know it, they buy this girl died. Because when you know since that was the last location that Titi said Titi was last seen, you get, according to the testimony of the sister. So they now went to the house. They saw Titi's bag, Titi's shoes, I think her underwear too, you get. So it actually convinced them that everything happened there. Now, another version of the story that I heard was that when Titi pied, like they knew they were already in trouble, you get. So they said that the mom would like support she just wanted to cover the boys up. And then in the midnight, they wanted to even maybe throw her dead body into sockaway, but I think the sockaway was sealed or something. So they now staged it as suicide, not far from the house. So they staged it as suicide. How will somebody commit suicide and the person was found leaning down? Because that was the story I heard at that time. The person was found kneeling down. So they arrested them, and in fact they burnt the house. Yes. This thing was it kept the news was just everywhere. It was even on newspaper as at that time. And even in school, that was what all the students were talking about. That was all we could talk about in school because like it was a total shock to me. It was really a shock to me that Azal, this girl that used to borrow her notes. You get, like, it was a total shock to me. So after sometimes this matter went on for long. They interviewed the mom, the dad, the youth leader, of the community, and a lot of people. They interviewed a lot of people, and according to what we later hear, they said that those people will be prosecuted and sent to maybe prison. I don't know how many years. I'm not sure because it was not really social media is not was not visible like this. You understand? Now everybody has access to social media to create content. It was not like that in as far back as 2013, 2014. You get, so that was how Titi, died on the 1st of January. And sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll be like, wait, every 1st of January will always be like a day to remember for Titi's family. You get, and it's just so sad. It's just so sad. They burned that down. In fact, whenever I'm coming from school, I used to see the house. The house is still there, like burnt down, empty, and you know. So it is well. It is well. You just have to be careful. Just be careful. I know that you cannot be too careful, but just be careful. There are a lot of stories that I will tell you that happened in my school, St. Louis or War, because apparently we have different St. Louis. This school that St. Louis is single, is only girl, is a single school, single, what we like, only girl school, yes. St. Louis is only girl school. So there are a lot of stories, there are a lot of experiences I had in St. Louis that really shaped my life like this. So subsequently, I'm going to be talking about my experience in school, and I hope you stay with me. And if you are from St. Louis, maybe St. Louis Akure, St. Louis Owo, St. Louis Ondo, St. Louis Ibadan, anywhere, just signify, let me know my St. Louis student. So guys, that will be all for today. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do not forget to like this video, share, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.